Well, hello there to my Virgos. This is Queen Amun-Ra coming to you with your general reading. Let's get right into it, Virgos. Sending everybody lots of love and light on today. Let's do it. Let's see what's going on with the goings-ons. Hopefully everybody is getting out and getting some sunshine, getting out doing some earthing and some grounding. Go take a walk. You're an earth sign, right? So get out and get some sunlight, right? Get some sunlight. The holidays are upon us. Some of the decorations, the way people are decorating their homes and, balconies and stuff, apartments and things are just amazing. Like, okay, wow. Some people are really, really gifted and talented. It's just amazing, right? So, and so if you take pictures, just consider, some people may not want their homes and stuff online. So if you're taking it, it could just be like pictures for yourself or just like, your immediate circle of friends and things like that. So it's just making sure, calling me to tell somebody that, like, when you're taking those pictures of people's, homes, some people don't want their homes and stuff on the World Wide Web, right? So they go all out to decorate, but you also got people that's in the dark energy that's they're like, oh, these people, people that's less fortunate, and some people, they really go all out with the decorations. They extravagant, nice decorations. So keep that in mind. During the holidays, you deserve the best. You deserve the absolute best, right? And so you deserving the best, and the fact that you work so hard for what you have, Virgos. Y'all know on my channel, I'm looking out for the entire collective. So I don't know who's watching my channel all over the world, but I just look out for the collective in general because I really want everybody to thrive. I genuinely want to see people succeed and thrive, right? So to start telling yourself this, you deserve the best. You deserve the best, right? And what Source is trying to help you to learn how to do as the moon is moving from Sagittarius into Capricorn is start recognizing, start counting the good vibrations in your life, right? Start counting people who are bringing the good vibes in your life, right? You don't have any competition. None. Nobody has any competition. Everybody has an 11th house. Everybody's a star in their own right. And so you saying you deserve the best should not want to keep your enemies closer. You know how people say, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. Why would you want to do that? Why would you even make room for enemies when people who love you and think that you deserve the best could be in those spaces? Think about it. That's a form of spell work. Keep your enemies closer. Why? That's even in your own family. Why would you want your enemy sitting at the table with you? So somebody is starting to learn how to use your common sense, like really starting to have some kind of an awakening. You're not trying to showboat your house. Even if that looks like, okay, you have to have a season of just where sources say, I had to take you down to a place where people look down on you and say, oh, we thought Virgo had all of this going on. And now those people are starting to exit stage left. They're starting to run like roaches when you turn the light on in the kitchen, right? For those people who may have had roaches at one point in time, you may not have it now, but you could have had it in your life at one point in time. You turn the light on, they scatter, right? So Source is trying to help somebody understand, like, look, you deserve the best. You didn't work that hard for you to, just be around people who think that you deserve the worst or that you're looking down on them. So Source is going to take some people down to a lower place to see how many people scatter, but it's going to enlighten you. When that light comes on inside of you and you look up and you say, okay, all these people walked away when you were at your low place, when the checks weren't coming in, when you weren't driving the same kind of car, when you didn't have the same kind of house, when you didn't have this and that. Source said you need to keep that same boundary up. That's where we have a beaver a beaver full moon coming up. You know how beavers build a dam, right? That wall needs to go up. That's going to be your boundary. When the moon moves into Capricorn, that's the world card. That is your boundary, and you are now enforcing it. Right? I'm hearing the song When Your Life Was Low by Layla Hathaway. You had no place to go. Turning backs on you, right? So Source is trying to help somebody to understand, like, you deserve the best. And if you don't have the people around you that believe that you deserve the best, like you believe they deserve the best, sometimes that circle looks like you're the only one that's in it. Stop giving people too many chances. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chances. Your bitter ex's lover wants you. That is going to be a no. Bitter and ex in the same sentence. That's not love. That's erotic love. That's not agape love. That emotion of bitterness, cancel it out. Things are starting to flow to you like water. Angel Gabrielle, the messenger of God, is with you. We're going to pull out the tarot cards in just a second. Somebody secretly has a crush on you. Yeah, so somebody's a druid, a kind of malevolent nocturnal spirit associated with nightmares. Yeah. See, you're somebody dealing with a water sign. You're dealing with a water sign who is being called out. They are being called out, right? I'm telling y'all, Virgos, y'all don't really have to do anything. They're being called out. They're being called out on this channel because they have copycat energy. They know who to come up against. Whoever this energy is, they know exactly who to come up against. They, whoever you're dealing with is lazy. I'm just going to call a spade a spade. They're lazy. They're flat out lazy. They like to come up the back. Somebody never stopped loving you. So the energy that never stopped loving you already transitioned over. They always loved you. They saw how meticulous you were. Like you were really trying to get it right. This person realized that when they were still alive, whoever you are, they realized that you were just trying to get it right. Like you were trying to break generational cycles, chains, and curses. I don't know who I'm talking to, but somebody had tears rolling down their face. Somebody realized that you trying to go along with the flow is that you were trying to learn. You were just trying to figure stuff out, trying to figure out how to do stuff. You needed instructions though. But see, remember, as earth signs, everybody has their element. Every zodiac sign has their element, right? But this water energy here realized, and they played on that, right? They just said, okay, we'll wait. They'll stick close enough to you, right? Stick close enough to you, Virgo, until you learn it, because people knew that you were going to perfect something, right? So that all they had to do is just soak up your wisdom and your knowledge. Let me call them out on my channel. Let me call them all the way out on this channel. Let's just smoke this thing out, because you weren't getting it. Okay, there's no such thing as a perfect human being, but let's just smoke it out. So you deserve the best, nothing less than that. You deserve the best. This energy sat back and waited for you to perfect something. And while they sat back and watched, right? So now they want to play leapfrog. Now they want to leap all over something that you did. They want to publicly humiliate people. They want to publicly humiliate people. Always bet on you. Somebody's an incubus, right? So somebody likes to sleep with, either somebody is a man who likes to sleep around, or somebody likes to sleep with people's men, right? They're incubus, right? Let me smoke them out on my channel. Let me call them out on my channel while you sit back and watch, because they met their match, but they met somebody who will call them out in their face. They like to do all of this growling and all of this other stuff, right? But if we're talking about in the spiritual realm, let somebody call them out, because they haven't really mastered anything. They're copycat energy. So you did all the work, and they like to sit back and just be in receiving mode. And so Source is saying, these are the type of energies I'm trying to tell y'all, Virgos. You don't have any competition. None. None. You was next to this energy here. This is an energy that you got close to for whatever reason, because you feel like, okay, this energy, like, I feel like I'm talking to a person who is I feel like whoever you are, I feel like you love people regardless. But this is a type of energy that will give you a sob story, and they'll wait for your reaction, right? But you've had to learn, like, if you're the type of person that just like reacts like, oh my God, that's horrible, that happened to you, like when you get sucked in, they suck you in, versus you saying, that's horrible that happened to you. I know somebody who can help you in that area. See, if you had taken it to that next little, just that little extra little, take it to the next, not try to be their savior. Let me give you a card of somebody I can help. I know somebody who's a therapist, or I know somebody who's a psychiatrist, or I know somebody who can help you with this. But you loving somebody, you got sucked into something. And the moment they like hook, line, and sinker, and now you're being pulled in two different directions, right? But you don't have to be pulled in two different directions. You're going with sources flow, not theirs. You're not pay attention, be very clear. There's no such thing as a perfect human being. Everybody who is operating in their purpose, that's why some people are so passionate about their purpose. You don't have to go in two different directions. You don't have to help people 4 or 5 times and then bam, next thing you know, a tower moment falls on you. You getting help from the other side. Somebody has always loved you. Somebody has always said you all been trying to get it right. You just been trying to go along with the flow. But this energies have been quietly sitting back and waiting. But where they went wrong is that they slept with somebody's husband. Whether they're a man or a woman, that's where they went wrong. All you need to do is sit back and watch. Either they're a man that slept with somebody's husband, or they're a woman that slept with somebody's husband. All you need to do is sit back and watch. Don't even give yourself a headache over it. So adjust your crown. Solar plexus chakra cleanse. Somebody has always seen you as competition. They've always seen you as competition. They've always wanted to be the significant one. Always wanted to be the significant one in the family. Whoever this is, they've always wanted to be the significant one in the family, right? So you're seeing how they're throwing everybody under the bus, right? And I'm talking about, these are people who are still sitting around these people. These ain't people who left the family. That's different, right? That's different. People move away all the time. If you're gonna cut people off, you're just gonna move on. You don't need to call people out by name. You don't need to do all this expose and all this whatever, right? Because hit dogs will holler. But this energy right here, set back close to you and knew that you were a perfectionist. This is a family member. They knew that you were a perfectionist. They said, okay, I got to be close to you, whoever you are. But it took a passed over loved one to really shake you out of a trance, because you were so busy trying to get something right that you missed it. This one just sitting back. They just sit back. They're like, okay, I'm just going to lay back. I'm going to be unassuming. But they went wrong because they did the energy that they did something to, because of that demon. They made a deal with the devil. Now the devil wants to collect. I'm telling y'all, Virgo, you don't have to do anything. They made a deal with the devil. You don't have to do anything. Don't even sit back. Don't say one word. Your ancestors are proud of you. You have a new attitude. Time to ground yourself. You have the gift of clear cognizance. This is psychic knowledge about other people. Because they wrote a check that they're behind cannot cash. You sat there and seen them try to literally sacrifice everybody. And I'm talking about in the physical sense. I got to reiterate something, because the details are in the devil. I mean, the devil is in the details, right? We're not talking about people, family members that have moved away, relocated, all that other stuff. People move away, they relocate all the time. That's a huge indicator right there. They have left the core group, right? They've already purged, moved on, risen to a higher frequency. They doing their thing, whatever. You're talking about people who just sit around and they just soak up all the gossip. They just sit there. They just sit there and just soak it all in. They just in receiving mode of everything. Who can they copy? They have copycat energy so that they are morphing into something else, right? They don't want to do the work. And by any means necessary, they don't want to do the work at all. They just copy this, copy that, take a little bit here, a little bit there. But they forgot there's that demon on their back. That's what they got, a demon on their back. They want to be significant, but now the light, remember solar plexus is fire. Connects us with the sun, right? The sun is exposing their secret. Virgos, y'all don't have to do anything. They hung themselves. So busy trying to expose you, whoever you are, Virgo. They ended up hanging themselves. Because people always knew that they couldn't be trusted. Here's the Knight of Cups here. You could have new love coming across your path, and now that you've seen something for yourself. We're not talking about a picture or an image. That's very, very different. Those can be very deceiving with technology. Very deceiving. We're talking about something that you physically walked in on. We're not talking about hearsay. That's the problem. People keep hearing gossip. This is something that you would have seen for yourself. Somebody went to a clinic to have something ended. Somebody, sleeping with somebody, you was with them. They got results about something. You were there. You were physically there. Remember, so you're an earth sign, so you had to physically see something. You saw how they got somebody drunk and slept with somebody. Something that they did because of their jealousy. Told somebody they were saving them from something. You see this cup in somebody's hand? When I tell you that they hung themselves, so busy trying to sacrifice somebody, they hung themselves. So y'all need to sit back and watch the show. So when I say you deserve the best, you deserve the best. You deserve the best. The polarity to the Libra is Taurus, right? So somebody could have a Taurus moon. It could be a Taurus sun and Taurus moon. So somebody could have slept with a father and a son. Somebody has an incubus spirit. They have an incubus spirit attached to them. So somebody could have slept with the father and the son. So you could have three energies that's all sleeping together, right? They slept with the father and the son. So they hung themselves out to dry and then trying to come for you. Sort of saying you deserve the best. Them so busy trying to make you look like something like, okay, you're not perfect, you're this and that and so on and so forth. But look at them. And now they want to blame it on spirits. They had a little bit too much to drink. Right? Right. Recent past. High Priestess. Right? So you were dealing with an open enemy. Somebody who stayed close enough to you to know how perfect you were trying to get things. Not how perfect you thought you were. Because people are not intimidated by Virgos. People are not intimidated by any zodiac sign when you're operating your purpose. It's just the distraction of not knowing why you're here on planet Earth. So people don't ever have to get it twisted. Nobody has any competition. Source is trying to remind you that you're no longer going to do an injustice to yourself by assuming that people would do you right just because you would do right by them. That's what Source is trying to help you to learn how to see, is that someone would have sacrificed you. They had no problem sacrificing you because they were jealous of you. And you're like, well, what? Why me? Right? You're looking at them. You're like, okay, they got this over you. They got that over you. They got this and that over you. It's because somebody feels like they got so close to mastering something that it just didn't something didn't go away that they wanted it to go. Like they felt like they were so close to mastering something. It just did not turn out in a way that they wanted it to turn out, right? Some people know when to cut something off. Some people just don't know when to stop themselves. So you're praying for some people's strength. So now this energy has to go back into, you expose something. You expose something. Whatever you must have said, because night energy is the number 12. 1 and 2 is 3. So you said something. I don't know what you said. I don't know who you are, but you said something that they did some kind of an injustice to a Libra or a Taurus, right? They bullied somebody in some kind of way, but something having to do with a father and a son. And now they have to go back into, they just experienced an ego death, right? Now they have to go back into a group of energies that don't trust them. You just put them in survival mode. But actually they put themselves in survival mode for real. They put themselves in survival mode. So Source is saying, this right here, you can save yourself the problems. You made way too many sacrifices. Save yourself the problems. Just save yourself. Whoever this energy is, they got close enough to you to, just absorb whatever. And I'm talking about in a physical sense. Y'all got to remember your earth signs. In a physical sense, they got close enough to you to get what they needed to get from you, just to turn around and stab you in the back. This could have been a family member, friend, whomever, just to bully you, just to say something. Like they had all this power and authority to do some things to you like that. But you're a high priestess, right? So you've gone through enough dark times to see what you're looking at. So it said you got off the fence and you started enlightening people like, oh, okay. Remember, keep your friends close and enemies closer. You start realizing this person really sees me as an enemy. This person really hate me, right? That's why I don't believe in that. Keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer. You start realizing this person who you had their back for everything really resented you, but it's really that they resent themselves. Because they had a bitter ex-lover. This is a bitter ex. This is their bitter ex, right? Yeah, that's their bitter ex. So that's why I say right here, their ex wants you. Somebody's bitter ex-lover wants you. You want no part of any of that. That energy got close enough to you just to kind of sort of master something that they felt like you mastered. Just to use you for something until you expose them. Now they got to go back out into, because now, like you guys see, when a lion is an apex predator, when they're severely wounded, because now they're severely wounded, they got to go back amongst other apex predators out there in the wilderness. And guess what's going to happen to them? Because you already won. You won the prize. You won the prize. Whoever your love interest is, you are the one that won the prize. Because you're dealing with somebody who is really the best. They the best for you because they want the best for you. Versus dealing with a copycat energy who wanted to just drain. Your person for real got your 6. They sitting out in the audience looking around trying to see who clapping for you, who not clapping for you. They still, okay, that one right there always late. They never show up for anything. Even if it's 2-3 friends show up, 10 friends, whoever, they watching everybody. So when they're on stage, you watching out for them. They paying attention to everybody. So Source had to connect you with some people who are really meticulous. Somebody who is really just like looking at line by line, auditing, not only who can audit their life, but also who's like, okay, if they ready for love themselves, they looking at you the same way. Like, okay, nah, they looking at you as a team, not as an open enemy. They're not trying to see you on the opposite side of the table in court and divorce court. They don't want to see you like that, as that person. They see you as the prize, just like you see them as the prize. So that takes time. So that's why I sort of said, hang in there, because I need to show you some stuff. This energy right here, I'm going to show you some jealous energies around you and why they are the way that they are. I'm going to show you everybody so you can start paying attention. Because for right now, some people are still kind of like, it's a lot of people that's still lost about this energy, because they still like that this energy is just going along with the flow. And now you start seeing people, but I'm telling you, look, here we have, look, this is what you have in common. You're learning you're moving through a storm. You're moving through a storm. You're learning how to use your fire like other people are learning how to use their air. You're taking your power back with no harm to anyone else. You're saying you're just moving through a storm. You don't wish any harm on anybody that was shady towards you behind you, right? If they didn't have your back, they weren't wishing you well because you feel like you deserve the best. You were wishing that they deserve the best too. But instead of them wishing you the best in your marriage, your job, let's just say your personal, your professional life, they were wishing harm and creating harm, right? Right? So this would be like you entrusting them, like, okay, I would have their back. Let me pack their swords in their back so they can travel light through life, right? They're going through a transition in life. Let me make sure I got their back. I got them covered, right? What's also in this, what they would do is put bricks in here. So you weigh down. You like, okay, why is this bag so heavy? They got bricks in there. Here you are on stage accepting your awards, and they walking around the audience clamoring like a deer caught in headlights, right? Everybody like, oh my God, what's all the rumblings and ramblings going on in the audience? Why Virgo trying to get their awards, and why Virgo is trying to, and they down there causing all kinds of chaos and confusion, running back and forth to the restroom, always got to have the attention on them. Just chaos and confusion all the time because they don't know how to use their fire properly. Talking about people behind their backs, doing all, because they don't know how to use their fire properly. So no, you don't want to keep them close. You don't care who they are. They will do you an injustice every single time. You don't want to keep them. They're just a train wreck waiting to happen. All you're doing is praying for them, but you're keeping them away from you. So here we have the Ace of Wands. You have a new project coming. Congratulations. You have a new project, something new coming across your path, but you have a lot of ideas moving forward. But you have a new spark. Like I said, you have love coming across your path, but it's because of your self-love. You had to hang in there with yourself. But something you weren't figuring out. You were just like, man, something don't. This right here, you're not going to do an injustice to yourself anymore, because being connected to certain energies that you were hanging out with was hanging you upside down, literally giving you a headache, making your head spin, because you couldn't figure out, like, okay, I got this energy close. I'm trying to be compassionate towards this energy. I'm trying to understand stuff from their point of view. I'm just trying real hard, but it keeps stabbing me in the back. Like, I can't believe, but it's this energy here that they did this to. This Justice card is Libra. They did something to a Libra. That's a high priestess, or being held in high honor, that had to go through people praying on them. Boy, oh boy. I don't know who this Libra is. It's a lot going on. Yeah, so you're going back to school. Or somebody's going back to school, but you got a message that you're going back to school, or that somebody else is going. You could be getting a download that you're going back to school. It could be a spiritual message, an idea, some kind of idea that maybe it's time for you to go back to school or felt something, because, child. Because that's also going to help somebody's money as well, too, like increase your worth and increase your value. But I'm telling y'all, Virgos, this is going to be the last year, for real, that you all are going to have people around you that's secretly hating on you. I'm telling y'all right now, they're not even going to be a part of your circle. I don't care if I don't care if you've known them your whole life. They are not going to be a part of your circle. Because people keep spotting them. People keep like how come Virgo can't see this? But not in a judgmental way. If people understand earth signs, you, Taurus, and Capricorns, because y'all are earth signs, y'all are used to having people around you that you've known for a really, really long time. But You had to see something, like something you had to see. You had to see something. You had to see something. You had some kind of idea. Because stuff is starting to flow to you like water now. Somebody really just didn't think that you deserved the best. And this is what you have in common. This is what you have in common with somebody. Once you start seeing, like, these could be siblings, family members, or whomever. At some point, people mature and grow up, and people say, you know what? Even if they surpass you, they could be a younger sibling that surpassed you. You just want to see them do very well. You just really want to see them do very well. Whoever it is, they could be a cousin, whoever. If you're an only child, you want to see people do well. Like you believe everybody deserves the best. That should inspire. The average person, it would inspire them. You inspire a whole lot of people to want to go back to school, whatever the case may be, right? Even if you are a step parent to other people's kids and they feel like they want to go back to school, great job. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You really inspire, because it takes a village, right? But some people, like I said, are just straight up jealous. They just jealous. So something is happening here. Something is really, really happening here. But this going to be, like, I'm telling y'all, this going to be like your last year. You're purging all of that stuff. You're seeing something here. Yeah, you're thinking quickly here. You're learning how to think a lot faster here. You're thinking a lot faster here. You're learning how to quickly get away from cold-blooded people. That's how you're going to end people. You're like, okay, I need to think fast. I need to think fast because you emptied something out. You creatively emptied something out to somebody, and like I said, you deserve the best. So I'm telling y'all, you're gonna meet somebody who really puts you at the center of attention, whoever you are. I mean, whether it's love or in business or whatever the case may be. Some people are not looking for love. They could be looking for friendships or whatever. I'm telling y'all, those friendships are rare. When you meet people, they just really want to see you thrive. But it's because you do the same thing for them, right? Some of these energies want to see you happy because they want to see you happy because you genuinely want to see their kids thrive. They want to see your kids thrive. That could be a beginning of a beautiful friendship. And you can even have family members around you that's jealous of that. They're going to be gone. You're going to be releasing them. You're going to be releasing them. Yep, you are going to release them. Hanged Woman is Neptune, which connects us with Pisces. So this could be a Pisces that stabbed a Libra in the back. Because they want to be the center of attention, but they did some stuff to a lot of people. And it's sending a lot of people like back to like studying to see how this energy was just sitting there waiting, to just absorb everybody's knowledge and wisdom. Just sitting back, absorbing, right? People are starting to see what people have in common and how people fight. Everybody don't fight fist fight. Everybody don't fist fight. Some people fight in terms of increasing their wisdom and knowledge in their calling in life. And that's how some people fight, right? And some people realize that these obsessed energies are watching everything that they're doing and they put them right on social media. You want to be a star? You want to be the center of attention? You want to be on stage? There you go. You want the prize? Everybody looking at you because they know that's what you wanted. You made a deal with the devil. Somebody who is an incubus spirit who you think you've been through something before until you've been with somebody who has a sex demon attached to them. You made a deal with somebody who has a sex demon attached to them. Lord, have mercy. By the way, I have a whole video about incubus and succubus demons on my second channel. On my second channel, it's on the knowledge channel. I'm going to tell y'all, this incubus is going to take them on a ride. Because they brought something back to the incubus front door. Child. That's what I'm telling y'all. Just sit back and watch the show. Because, child, please. That's why I talk about purging so much on my channel. Purge and operate in the spirit of love. Close out cycles in love. Close out cycles in love. This is what a lot of people have. People fight differently. People fight differently. Some people, they go back to school. They just go back to school. As they're climbing out of, you know, stuff that the pit that people dug for them. Some people go back to school. They say, you know what, they'll fight back that way. Right? You don't need to mention their name. Some people do. You see it on social media all the time. People calling people's name out by name. Like, why? You don't need to. But the fact that somebody, you must have called somebody out by name. That's what this is. Because that's what I'm saying. The incubus card here. The fact that this person, that they made a deal with this person. They made a deal with this incubus. This incubus is going to take, when I tell y'all, like I said, you don't have to do anything else. I'm going to go ahead and start sending good energy and prayers everybody's way. But you deserve the best. You deserve the best. Now y'all see why I'm saying prosperity for you. Prosperity. That's what I keep trying to tell people. Close out cycles in love. Stop being so impulsive and trying to hurt people and all of this other stuff. You don't know what people are going through. You and somebody inspire people, and they've been trying to turn you and somebody apart. Somebody, your person, they're not coming to save you. They're coming to inspire you just like you inspired them. They can school you in a way that you can school them in a different way. Like you may have street smarts and they may have book smarts, or you may have book smarts and they have street smarts. Whatever the case, but y'all clapping and cheering for each other in a way that, you know, it works for the two of you. And y'all prospering together, right? So y'all in the same fight. Y'all in the same fight, and y'all now have learned how to walk away from these cold-blooded energies, right? Yeah. Y'all have learned how to walk away from these cold-blooded energies. Like I said, somebody made a deal with a sex demon. Child. And that thing, that's all I can call it. It's an entity. That thing is about to take them on all kinds of nightmares. That thing is going to take them on all kinds of nightmares. So, for real, y'all know who they are. Y'all need to start praying for them right now. Because they're going to mess up their money. They're going to take them down to the lowest of frequency. Y'all know what movie is coming to mind? It's a Tyler Perry movie. God, he be having some good movies, but I can't think of all the titles. What is the name? What's the movie where look, I'm talking to y'all like this video is live. Hold on, let me look up the name of the movie, because the movie titles don't come to me. Book and movie titles come to me for a reason. But this thing is going to take this entity is going to take this one for a ride, because they've been outed, they've been exposed, and demons don't like to be exposed. This is not for somebody to be scared. You know, you don't need to be scared of demons. You just got to, first of all, the only people that are afraid of demons are people who won't recognize they have their own. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like people who, like, let's say for instance, You the show that comes to me a lot is My 600-Pound Life, and how Dr. Now be exposing people. Like, he'll be like, okay, and somebody said, well, I just had a salad, I had a little salad today, and Dr. Now just calls him out. He's like, it's no way in the world you just had a salad. There's no way. Well, I only eat 1,200 calories a day. I only eat 600 calories. There's no way. He'll just come right out and say, he's board certified and all of that. But people don't like for you to call their demons out. And so the fact that you must have said something, because you're an earth sign, so you must have said something in the physical. You didn't imply something. You said something in the physical. Like, you must have called out a name, a place, something you did in the physical sense that set somebody on a whole. But child, what's the name of that movie? I gotta find it, because like I tell you, he has some good movies. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna tell y'all the name of the movie in a second. It's the movie Temptation, Confessions of a Marriage Counselor. With Brandy, she's in it. She has the role of Melinda. And Journey Smollett Bell, Lance Gross, Vanessa Williams is in the movie. It's a really, really good movie, right? And so somebody thought, somebody wanted to be a star so bad. Whoever this energy is, I don't know who it is, but somebody wanted to be a star so bad that they sacrificed. Somehow they sacrificed you. They were jealous of you. Whoever you are, they jealous of you. So they could have sacrificed you in the workplace, because they like somebody sat so close to you in the workplace, they wanted to absorb all of your knowledge, right? But the way that they got to where they got to is like by sleeping with that was their last kind of sort of like nail in the coffin, right? That's what ended them, when they slept with somebody. That's what ended them, is when they slept with, and they knowingly slept with somebody. Like, this wasn't like by accident. They knowingly slept with somebody. Like, it's like a person who's like, okay, you know that this person, like you know that this person, for instance, you know that this is this person. Like I always say about people, like somebody else's spouse is not your, and that's not judging anybody. It's like you don't want to commit that kind of spiritual crime, right? We're not talking about what people assume and what people think, or somebody lying about something. Source will sort all of that stuff out. We're talking about something you actually saw something in the physical sense. Like you actually saw, right? So, together, right? And so here we have, it's like this is what you have in common with somebody. You walked away from a nightmare. Yeah, you walked away from some kind of a nightmare that you and somebody, you sent that spell work right back to them. You sent it right back to them, because now they're going out in the jungle, like in the movie Beast with Idris Elba. If y'all saw that movie too. So y'all got a whole lot of movies to refer to when you watch these videos. You have a whole lot of movies to refer to. This energy just wanted to grow their money by any means necessary, even no matter how many people they had to lay out, like for real. Right, no matter what, no matter how many people they had to, and I say on my channel all the time, I don't have a problem with people who drink responsibly or smoke, whatever they do. Do what you want to do is responsibly, but you're not getting behind the wheel of a car and ending somebody's life and changing other people's lives, right? Not like that, right? But these energies were cold enough to basically, they're the type of energies that says, okay, don't take something personal when it really is personal, that they're hanging people out. They doing something like this, right? So Source is trying to help you. Source is trying to help you with something. Trying to help you with something to be more meticulous and not be around people who are impulsive. Because that's what this is. Somebody impulsively said, oh, they trying to end somebody. They trying to mess up somebody's money. They talking about people laid out, from drinking and the crown off their head. They got an issue with people who have, they basically was saying that you mirror somebody who judges people. Like they're basically saying you're a person who turns your nose up at people. This is what you have in common with somebody. This is why being meticulous needs to be very, very, this is why it's important when you're communicating with people and not be vague. Because these energies were trying to end your money, the growth of your money, right? This is why you and somebody make a really, really good team, because whereas they may be like missing something, seeing something from a higher frequency, you may be right down on the ground like, okay, don't miss this, don't miss this, don't miss this, don't miss this, and y'all work very well together, right? And this is how y'all growing, right? On the rebirth side, y'all working very well together. You absolutely have to be with somebody who wants the best for you. You can't be with somebody less than that, Virgo, in your friendship circle, your love circle, whoever, sister circle, brother circle, blood relative. If they don't want the best for you, then you're gonna have to release them for real. You're gonna have to release them in love, because y'all are meticulous. Y'all want to get it right, and so you want to get it right for everybody that's connected to you. And if people around you don't want to get it right for you, they don't even care to even want to get it right for you, Virgos. Y'all gonna have to learn how to release people. Because who wouldn't want somebody on their team, in their circle, who was like, okay, you missed this step. Let me help you with this. You missed the step because I want to make sure, because people are misunderstanding what you're saying or what you're doing. Can I help? Do you mind if I help you with something? Like you're giving people constructive feedback. That's a high vibrating Virgo that's helping somebody. Let me help you with something. Let me help you perfect something. Versus a low vibrating Virgo be nitpicking and complaining. Oh, that's not right. That's not right. Sitting on the sideline hating on somebody, wanting to see somebody, like seeing somebody as competition. But a high vibrating Virgo is like, no, let me help you with something, because people are misunderstanding. They seeing something wrong. They ready to take you to court. They ready to do all of this. High vibrating Virgo would be like, no, hold on. Let me show you something, right? These energies did X, Y, and Z. They were dealing with a jealous ex, right? That's bitter. They're bitter, and they all together to hang this energy out here to dry. Send this spell work. This is how you send the spell work back. So now y'all get the point. You don't have to do anything else, Virgo. You've done what you needed to do. You can wake up from your own nightmare. It's over. Something is over. Somebody made a deal with an incubus, a sex demon. And that energy is going to put them to work. When I tell you, somebody wanted to be a sex symbol. Somebody tried to tell them, hey, you somebody has very low self-esteem. Instead of them going to counseling and focusing on self-love and all of this, they too busy talking about looking at the outer appearance. They want to be a sex symbol. That's what this is. They just want to be a sex symbol. That's it. But they did something to the wrong one, the right one, right? And so whoever this guy is, he cold. That's all I can say. He's straight up cold-blooded, and he don't care. So that's what I'm seeing here. 7 of Pentacles, Death card. I see your money growing, and I do see you on the rebirth side. So congratulations to you all. You out of it. You out of whatever this mess is. So that's what I have for you. So again, look forward to having a great week, getting structured and organized, and recognizing that there are people out here who do think that you believe that you deserve the best, like you believe that people deserve the best. I think a lot of people really, really like Virgos for that alone. High vibrating Virgos, because high vibrating Virgos want the best for everybody that's connected to them. They do. Y'all do. Y'all want people to get it right, right? Not nitpicking, but you like, oh, let me help you look at this and help you look at that. Let me help you see this. Let me help you see that, right? Pay attention to this and that, right? So here you deserve the best. Bye.